We pledge love and loyalty to be country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this sweet land we love. We not for make and fall.
Sierra Leone is indeed a land rich in natural resources, including diamonds, gold, bauxite, and rutile, along with a vast potential for agriculture and fisheries. However, the shadows of its past, most notably the brutal civil war from 1991 to 2002, continue to haunt the nation. The war, fueled by corruption, economic disparity, and the infamous blood diamond, left deep scars on the social, political, and economic fabric of the country. The politics of grievance, characterized by deep-seated resentment and divisions along ethnic, regional, and partisan lines, remains a dominant force in Sierra Leone's political landscape. These grievances often stem from historical injustice, perceived marginalization of certain groups, and the legacy of corruption and nepotism in government. As a result, political discourse and interactions in Sierra Leone are frequently charged with mistrust and antagonism, impeding effort to build unified national identity. This fractured political climate has significant implications for nation growth and development. The continuous cycle of blame and counter-blame between political parties has diverted focus from more critical developmental policies and reforms. Public institutions struggle with inefficiency and corruption, further eroding citizens' trust in the government. Consequently, national unity remains elusive, with regional and ethnic loyalties often taking precedence over a collective national identity. The lack of a cohesive national vision undermines development efforts, as political instability discourages foreign investment and disrupts long-term planning. Social cohesion is also compromised, with communities remaining divided along political and ethnic lines. For Sierra Leone to progress towards true nationhood and sustainable development, it is essential to address these historical grievances, promote inclusive governance, and foster political culture that prioritizes national interest over partisan gains.
Yes, fumble them. Una good evening, una good afternoon, good day, good morning, wherever una day. We don't come back today, and today I go give me co-host like take the lead. May they be and today me not the docs paddy. Arabian, go ahead, paddy. You are muted. You are muted.
I want this year, we say, I want I Raminu Sekenumu, Sukurinutu, Pambule Mina Kabo, plenty kushetena. Today, we can talk as we can usually do, but the topic we get just read them for make ina go know the premise in which we are today. It reads, ignorance, hypocrisy, and political interference are critically undermining international trust and Sierra Leone's economy. A lack of informed leadership and evidence-based decision-making fuels corruption, weakens institutions, and distorts national priorities. Political interference erodes independence of public institutions, discouraging foreign investment donor confidence. These factors contribute to policy inconsistency, poor service delivery, and mismanagement of resources, which in turn stifle economic growth deter private sector development and limit opportunities for sustainable development. The result is a circle of poverty, disempowerment, and increasing international skepticism about the country's governance and economic potential. Famulem, we know who side we dey, but it not look like say people understand the ramifications where they behind the place where we dey. Today, this topic here, na my co-host, na him take it he pick him and he make sure say he cut him with precision and he sew him for make it be tailor-made. Ignorance. We don't dey talk now, yeah? But this thing what they call ignorance. Waiting on ignorance. A lot of people feel say what they say ignorance. Now man will not sabi book. That is a lie. You can have a PhD and still be ignorant. Ignorance, now way you are not informed. And everybody has areas where you're not informed about. You can be a lawyer, but you are not informed about fishing. So you're ignorant in fishing. We know very well, say, hypocrisy, where don't make most people in that country, they don't turn to actor. When you hypocrite, they play a part where not to him you they live. That is, you have two faces. One face for net, one face for money. Your real identity, the real person where you be, or where you they try for make say you be, not to so you be. Then political interference, we do know. Say we get technical people there. Wait for be free for make decisions. Now that's the make institutions then strong. But politics, they interfere. Politicians them the day before say instructions from above. Then kind thing and they help the professionals them for able to do the job what they're supposed to do for meet criteria. You know, they help. Left the professional them for make them do their job and then do them as them for able to do them. If they're not able to do the job because politicians then they go tell them waiting for do and waiting then they go tell them for do, it's not good for the country economy, it's not good for the country growth, it's not good for the population, it's not good for nobody. Then you go find out for say investments not go carry the country. Because if we put law, we know they keep the law, then the people then go say, why would they can't put some money in this country here way? Then they make law, we come because of the law where they make, then what we come, waiting and see that they do not join and they do. So now all them Pajola look at is say that we can't talk about anything there. And I think them way we for pay attention to. Not to think them for push on the carpet. Because if we don't ask yourself now, why we can't they go before? One, ignorance. And even the meaning of the word ignorance, people, they don't understand them. Then feel so they say ignorance, I not go to school. That's what that mean. You can get the biggest certification now you draw. You ignorant about a lot of things. And one thing where bad, where even more ignorance than ignorance. Now where you don't know your limitation. Because where you don't know, that means to say you're not going to able perform the role as the way where you for able to do them. So now, how we country today? We get a country where not they reach a full potential. We get a country where definitely the Banana Republic we say we're not a democratic nation. We not get democratic institutions then where they work. But Jalo,
Yes.
when I reached at this point here, I don't talk about the question. I wonder you talk to we in depth how you see this situation. Because we need for talk about how we could go about for identify them in there and what we need for put in place for let we correct them. Because we cannot be going the way we go.
Well, first and foremost, whatever I get for saying, I know to how me see 'em. My opinion not relevant
Mm-hmm.
because that's one level of ignorance where they mislead we country.
Mm-hmm.
People think because they've gone through school and university, they've got some kind of brainwashing where they consider as education.
Mm-hmm.
When they go sit down at any office, it's their opinions that they should use.
Mm-hmm.
Well-run states then get guiding materials where they use when you day in administration.
Mm-hmm.
Then guiding materials then you can call them memorandum, you can call them ethical standards, then get different name.
Mm-hmm.
But in administration, then get what in and call not acting arbitrary to your duties. And you cannot act arbitrary to your duties if they are guiding processes given to you. Some people think when then they make job advertisement and say your duty includes this, that is all they should tell them. No. As a matter of fact, like this country what they, most of what you get for use in any office at any level, you already there in the computer.
Mm-hmm.
When you sit down, you want to take a decision, you get the codes the way they use,
Yeah.
the system they give what in and what in they expect you for do, how they expect you for do 'em, so that you will not act beyond and above your discretionary level. These orders from above, oh, then they talk about in Sierra Leone, for those who have been in public or any kind of administration, well, I say public or any kind of administration, I not include Saloon because Sierra Leone, where you take Jack, you get a job, they tell you this is my administration. It's never your administration. It's about the institution.
Seriously.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you put yourself into an institution and always act outside your discretionary powers, it is subvert the development of the institution. And when you subvert the development of the institution, the result is the institution is going to fail. And when a public administration fails in a country, that country is a failed state. If you ask me professionally, I will describe Sierra Leone at this present time as a failed state.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Okay? And not do it out of malice. I do it because of knowledge that the institution what they call government, not the work in Sierra Leone. We need for understand because all are part of the ignorance work in the talk about. There is a difference between the political group governing a country and the government of the country. Government is a permanent institution. That's why some countries, then they go into election, then they month, they not get an elected government,
Mm-hmm.
but the government still they run because the civil and public servants, now then are the government. In this part where the municipal councils, them way, now then are the power hub of the decentralized system, now the professionals employed, now then they run the municipal council. The only person from the elected officials will get office in the municipal council, now the mayor. And the mayor, in own duty, now for ensure say every professional they do in job as dictated and report back to the council. Okay?
Mhm.
Not only they can't dictate, you have to do this. Your opinion does not matter.
Mm-mm.
Not only even they go and look for projects. Not only they decide what thing for do.
Well,
The professionals, let me finish, sir.
okay.
Plenty are important lot of people know because Sierra Leone does not know what government is. For Sierra Leone, government is like chieftaincy. The chief decides, everybody follow. That's not government.
Mm-mm.
Okay? The professionals, then they do their job according to prescription, and they make them into a system, especially now with technology, where at the Sidona Miosa get access to the council, then the intranet. If I'm an elected person, I they see exactly how each person they do in job. If there is any mistake in the job, I can write a comment. Why did you take this action? What is the reason for this action? They reply me. Okay?
Mhm.
That's how governments are run. It's not about some foolish old man electing somebody and giving him all the sense and power to come and talk crap. Because that's what we call government in Sierra Leone. And since I don't know this country, they don't they elect people, them I never read the word manifesto now. I don't know if una they use it in England. Because the electoral system in this country is such that all political parties each get an area where then they take as their domain. Some go say, okay, we own domain of concern na education. Anything concerned with education, it's our area. We research it, we advocate policy, etc., etc. Some other party go tell you say we own domain. Now they're not a one domain and can take several domains. You understand?
Mhm.
But as long as they don't know that party say, now then they advocate for this policy. That's what they do in parliament.
Mhm.
It no matter whether na one seat they get or na then get 100 seats. That one person where they go, they always make sure say the party in ideological stance is always withheld. And the government respects everybody's position. There are political parties that don't have seats in parliament or how they call on the Stottinger, but they matter, their voice, and they listen to them, even though they not get representatives in the parliament. You understand?
Mhm.
This is how governments run. It's not about individual opinion. Your opinion does not matter. What matters is the ethical standards that have been established, the discretionary mandate that have been established. When they say discretionary mandate, if you're not a doctor, you dey work na the Ministry of Health. There are certain things you can do, there are certain things you cannot do.
Out of remit.
I don't care whether na your grandpa get you political party or na in head of the political party. Who you dey?
You see, this thing where you dey talk so it's very critical. It's critical because of some level of ignorance.
Not just some. Ignorance is the key to everything that is wrong in Sierra Leone.
I dey come.
Not just some.
Where you get people them feel to say, I don't learn book, or I don't get this certification. That means to say, I know it all. And one of the worst parts of ignorance, now we person they do something where you don't know the rationale of what even they do. Within a rationale, now the reason we make you do the job, waiting at the logical basis.
What you aim for achieve.
What do you aim for achieve?
And what you aim for achieve, not for be personal.
You know? So
it's not about you, it's about the institution.
You have to know if I do this, why are they doing? The reasoning behind it. The principle we make, I have to do it like this. Now, this country here, the person we pioneer nursing, they call her 90 girl. During the olden days in the 30s, where nursing be based on just that calling, the nurses are there for take instructions from doctor. Wepianda, Mixianda.
They were like ward attendants.
If you ask them why did they do that, they don't get a clue. But nursing don't evolve. It don't change to a level now where they are professionals in their own right. Whatever you do as a nurse, you have to know why. You get to know understand the rationale behind the action. So if anything go wrong, you know why it go wrong. And that's make them always they do reflective account. It get for reflect by actions for see whether what he do properly or he do incorrectly. But Sierra Leone, how we do so? You get judges, you know. Everywhere at the world, judges they get guidelines for sentence. Not only you don't know what you decide say, I don't like Pajalo, and they lock this one for 3 years. Then get stipulated rules them where they don't put down. Say this person, if you do this, now this they do. This kind crime where you commit them, you know they lock the person in past 3 years. This crime here, if the person do now fine no more, they fine them. This is a suspended sentence. All the rules then they na paper, just like what in Pajalo say. Now Sierra Leone now, even the discretion where they get it, then they go way beyond it, and they go outside them. Now me they in charge, so I they do as I wish. You cannot run a country like that. You cannot. You can forget a system. You na minister, the professional at that ministry they, now the permanent secretary. But you take decisions without consulting the permanent secretary. And
well,
you
not only the permanent secretary, every ministry is divided into 3 arms.
Yeah.
You get the permanent secretary who is head of administration. Then you get the professional technical head, who is head of the specific ministry in technical capacity needs. Like Ministry of Works, then get the chief architect, who is the professional head. Ministry of Health, then get the chief medical officer, who is the professional head, because he studies. That's why when people talking, that man, then go make a minister, not in profession. You don't need to have a professional qualification.
You don't have to.
You only need to allow the institution to work, and you only need to have trust operating in the ministry. Every ministry has a professional head. Agriculture, get the professional head who is the chief agriculture officer, or whatever name they give. You get a team of professional agriculturists them, where then they sit down, then look at agronomy, they look at agricultural engineering, etc., etc. Now then duty for collect data, then say, okay, we can grow this kind of crop in this country at this point, at this point. But the politicians most times don't listen to these guys.
No, now he want for tell and what he for do. Now he not the minister. Now he for tell and what he
You
for do.
don't know. You don't know.
Look what
Unless,
look what
unless
happened in the
you be
country.
an agriculture graduate, you may have agriculture degree, but you don't know the soil conditions in Sierra Leone. You don't know the needs of the cooperatives in Sierra Leone. You have to talk to the professionals.
My brother, even the agriculture we dey talk about, so you go study agriculture, you can, that does not make you an expert in every area. You get agronomy, you get agronomy, you get plant pathology, you get hematology, you get weed science, all the area, and there are different domains inside agriculture.
Qualifications.
So even in agriculture, you get specialized areas.
Yes. And the ministry has to be equipped with professionals in each of these areas.
Yes. You get plant breeders then. Where they breed, then at the young area of
when they work,
exactly.
for look at how for plant trees, for keep the environment going, for look at how for maintain urban climate humidity by planting trees, etc., etc. But all those things have been destroyed because we have a bundle of idiots going into politics.
Well, the thing is, the society itself not seem for no identity, because to start with, to get identity crisis.
Society in this case, Mr. Ture.
Yeah.
You know why I wouldn't blame the society?
Mm-hmm.
What you they talk so? I know I'm because I work in the public service. And no matter whether I take 10 years a day or 50 years a day, I know the structure of the public service in Sierra Leone. And I know say it not change. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I know say the minister na supervisor. And the minister, as a matter of fact, I don't know if they don't change her now because corruption don't coincide. But when we had a structured public service, the minister was not a signatory to any account. You understand?
Yeah, I get you.
So I not expect everybody for know that, because one other thing about Sierra Leone, where they keep ignorance going, these are the bits of and pieces of information what for they give out to the public, because by giving out such information, you they empower efficiency in society.
Yeah.
Everybody know who that for go talk to. If I want for make them help me forget seeds for me farm, I know they go talk to permanent secretary. I they go na the seed multiplication office, na the ministry, I go talk to the man who they in charge.
You see, we be talk about this aspect we make I dey blame the public, and I will always blame them, because leadership now we all responsibility. That little part where you dey play for help the system for work. Mm-hmm. No neglect them. If I go buy the seed, just like how you clearly say, mm-hmm. You hear me? Ask for the receipts.
What? Not to that more na the issue.
You know, ask for make sure say it is recorded.
Mr. Ture.
Yes.
One way we can build trust in society, mm-hmm. is not by imposing on what others have to do in their jobs. It's by ensuring that they do their jobs. I hope you understand what you are saying.
I get you. Asking for a receipt is not imposition.
I don't need for ask the man for a receipt. If you give me receipt.
Exactly. If you not give, you ask him.
No, I know they ask him.
Why?
I just say I record the transactions. If now an ethical society, mm-hmm. there is an ethical procedure to follow. we will be a correctional factor. You see, one of the things we'll get for putting focus, when you go to do business and you expect say them for give receipt, you begin to ask the person for receipt, you they attach relevance to in idiocy. Tell him, mister, you should give me a receipt. If you don't give me, I'm going and I'll take action. Period.
Well, this is what I'm saying. And, you know, you have to assert yourself.
I not think we need for assert ourselves. We only need for know what should be done, how it should be done, and take procedures. If me go, give me receipt and no say, side where they go talk about what you buy, I get evidence for proof, say I buy them, give me receipt, then action will be taken. I don't even say a word with you, I just go. You will hear from them.
Well, you didn't talk about the society.
In this country, where are they? If you do something wrong, they're not they warn you. Now letter you they see.
Well, you didn't talk about a society with the function. We didn't talk about a failed state. We didn't talk about a failed state.
I wonder you listen to this, sir. If we want to create efficiency in Sierra Leone, we have to stop giving excuse for inefficiency. We are giving too much excuses for nonsense in Sierra Leone. That's why people keep doing nonsense.
Like I will give you
to take action against nonsense.
I don't use them before on this platform, and I will use them again, and I will use them over and over. In the 80s, I go for go take me yellow paper. When you left the country, you get for go take your vaccines.
Yeah.
I go to Klein Town. I pay the money, I pay everything. This person way supposed to understand the rationale behind the purpose of giving that yellow paper. At that time, a young man, ignorant, he said to me, "What you want? You want the immaculate, or you want to give the paper without immaculate?" You see the point what they try to make here.
I see the point.
But at that time, I was also ignorant, and I don't want to feel the pain. So I say, I don't go mind when I give me without the injection. But do you know the risk where when they expose the entire country to, in case they carry yellow fever, I bring a kind of people country. They can't quarantine me, they put on a record. They go make other people and when they come on salon they can inside the country. So you don't create a problem for a whole society. Then give you that role day for perform. Then you are negligent. Like how then people may be negligent. You tell a young man, we don't want maclate, I don't want injection. And not to me no money. They tell everybody when they come, with or without. When you say without, then give the paper, you go.
Well, that tells you exactly how I will begin. If people know their jobs, they know the prescription, the operational roles, etc. Then you get people them, whether you on duty, now for ensure say people then they do their jobs properly, the oversight people them. Okay? Like now we get what and call human resource department or whatever name them give them. And I even think say people know what that stands for. When they say human resource department, not only for employment, work safety, environmental safety, oversight on efficiency, all them things they now that department in role.
Well, it don't come
The
out.
Constitution of Sierra Leone provides for the office of ombudsman. Do we know what that means? It's an oversight institution. The ombudsman, now for ensure say occupational sanity prevail, in the sense that every employee forget wetin e due am in terms of remuneration, conditions of service, and every employee should do their job as it is prescribed.
Mhm.
That's the job of the ombudsman. They have them in the United Kingdom. They have ombudsman in Scandinavia. I think America self, then get certain levels of ombudsman, then their inspector generals the way they rebut. Now ombudsman. You see, when you allow an institution for operate properly, when you allow institutions to operate properly in a society,
Mhm.
all that here they talk about ignorance, they disappear. You can take somebody who is just a high school leaver, you put them in an office. As long as he know in operational roles, he know in limits, then he get oversight officials where they come for guide them all the time. Over time, he dey grow into the job, he dey learn by experience. You understand?
Mhm.
But all that not dey happen because we don't mix up, box up political governance with administrative governance. We don't know the difference between them. There is no line. And who are responsible for this? We may ask.
You know, I can always tell people and for say your level of knowledge and your responsibility. You
Exactly.
see, ignorance is deliberate. Because if you then a situation of ignorance and you content in that situation, then how you go grow? Someone they tell you say not to me business, I don't care for no. I don't go to Sierra Leone, somebody they drive. The engine lights come on. Now say engine light don't come up. Yeah, that's what this motor. Now say that is something wrong with your motor. And nothing wrong with your mo.
How the motor car I make himself so
You know, that man they argue with me with confidence. He said nothing wrong with the motor car. Nothing wrong with him. You know, he they argue with me. I say, when you see that lights they come on, something is not right with your engine. You have to get it checked. Say, man,
yeah.
forget. That's why I don't need driver. You know, get no problem. You know.
And the
So
day where they go get accident, he get trouble or he die there, then they lie on God say now so
no, he blame his step. He blame his step, mama.
I believe which man.
Yeah. Because we always get somebody for blame. We know they take responsibility. If we go put this one to you, Salomon go buy machine at shop, he pull them, can a hose, he can't switch them. You know they read instructions. You're not interested. When he well, not a better machine. You know, we didn't look at them in there, we didn't laugh, but it's not funny. It's not funny
See,
at
I
all.
will agree with you to some extent that ignorance is deliberate.
We see Sanaya Amy say a society of cutting corners. People will pay bribe to jump a queue. And
Now,
this is the point we make.
you know,
And this now make another very good point. This now.
we dey look at them things here, and we may need to be asking, how can we get out of this? How?
How we go inside, it was deliberate. How we come out, it will be careful, be deliberate. To deliberately,
What
therefore,
deliberate method are you talking about?
what I mean is, first and foremost, people get for be trained adequately where they do whichever job they do to an extent. Whatever they do, they get for know the rationale of
Well,
what they
I
do.
would want you not to use the word adequate. I go only say people get forget the essential training.
Mhm.
Because training for any job is never adequate.
Yeah.
Things change all the time. That's why where you are in the UK, they get in-service courses for every department.
Every core, every department, every
So
core.
that you can get the essential training as and when it is needed. You understand?
Mhm.
Adequate training, if we keep talking about adequate training, we dey lend credence to the fact that that man go say na masters in business administration, you no need for learn again. Yeah, that's how we be learn am. It been good. Sometimes the month where he left, they don't count other principle or policy will make your education obsolete.
Yep.
Just like in the area of information technology. Now, one of the areas that will they change so fast that anything you learn now, in the next 6 months, you may not need it anymore.
Be the obsolete. Yeah.
So let's stop talking about adequate education. Let's talk about efficient education. And if we dey look at efficient education, enough will be limited only to those people who work in government. It should be a nationwide drive
Societal thing.
and constant. The press, the media, then get a role for play. You understand? And when they talk about education back, we get to be very careful. Most times, we may want to implement certain skills so we don't need in our country. The skills that we need, we left them. Above all, we get to get an oversight on we cultural needs. Let us stop underrating the need for culture. Asia is developing very fast because they are well grounded in their cultures. So then they adopt technology for suit their culture. What you call modernization, now upgrade of your culture.
Of the culture, which you get now your environment.
Yes. Because what you get now your environment, now you get for produce, put value per and sell.
But you don't come back to waiting and say earlier.
Grass, you for know how for make you lemongrass marketable internationally.
This is what I said earlier.
When it comes to public administration, if we get a system outside the people and sabi but bora for go give man chief, let we look at how we can modernize that thing there, but let it not be an act of corruption where somebody go get for demand say pass you gam before you doing work.
You see, well, I say certain things them deliberately. Because you see, this identity, people them get for know. You get for know who you are.
Yes.
And you know, they only stop as your national identity, your tribal identity, even your area of expertise. Because we institutions then get for be independent from political interference. If you respect your career, you respect the role where you're supposed to play, you not go want to make anything happen within that domain day where go bring shame come upon una areas of practice. Like for instance, now you got the law society, lawyer them, then call them noble institution. Why? Because they get certain standard that is expected of you. Then all the watch themselves. Everybody they keep an eye on a company for let it make sure say the institution remain positive in that area of expertise. Doctors them they do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know they cut the no one cut corner.
Every profession, even teaching should have certain ethical standards that should be maintained.
Exactly. So if then focus on that, you go find out for say, then go make sure say they uphold the independence of the institution. But right now, we see even within governance, where area them where Minister of Information for Ghana, the president they go. What did they go do they? They want for go buy motoka for PWD. Now the minister they go. The minister and engineer. What is Sabibo motoka engine? What is Sabibo the size of an engine? The efficiency of a machine.
Like you one side where we get a major setback to development. And that now because of the same over politicization of institutional structures, I will say. Sierra Leone can electrify herself properly and efficiently. But we get for involve the Institute of Engineers. We get for involve other people them whether within certain technical areas. Like then guy where they rewind then amateur pamoto. Demoto. You understand? A very valuable skill that if we get engineers when structural engineers, then do certain designs. We can create mini hydro dams. We get them people here for create certain motor them. We get scrap metal. We make bucket. Create a way let the water the turn. You know if you need for build a dam. What's important? The electricity is produced. It fuels or powers industry. Right down to the village, people in the village get the ability for clean their rice, clean their cashew, clean their granite, make paste and then kind here, package them properly, come with all the other things, export them, you begin to create wealth. In a period of 5 years to a decade, that dam will be made locally, you can improve on them. That's how China did it. But when we don't take now, one man a state house get office for power. And the man not even know about power.
Exactly. These are the points. And I'm glad you're waiting. My sister, they make very good points them. Let me say educational system curriculum needs to be looked at very urgently. APC started a great initiative, the Attitudinal Change Secretariat, to fix Salo. We must fix our individual behavior.
I have said that here.
We don't say that in my sister, plenty time.
And I don't talk say the most stupid thing Escoma do now for not to that way not develop that ABC. If I was in a seat, I would have developed that ABC into a commission. I equip them with people them from a cultural setting, sociologists, psychiatrists, etc., then come out with a policy.
Yes, because your mindset is being decolonized. For achievement in there, you just say don't talk. Arika. You just say don't talk and just
go school why not
you don't decolonize your mind. You talk at Naya many times. You say for now we able to achieve what we need for achieve, we get for fix this area. We get for fix them.
Yeah.
We get for decolonize your mind, and when we decolonize your mind, it go help for let we know who that we be. Then we begin to add value by the things then what we get. Now we own environment.
Yes.
And the only way down there we go able set the basis for that we able to prioritize based on we need. Because right now most of the things that what they do now the things that what we want, not all the things that what we need. Why? Because we are not in the right frame of mind. Because what thing happen when we get the independence, we jump inside boat, we left, we bring them at the jetty. Now we got to come back, we can't collect, we bring them. We bring them properly. Clean them, and we start for think Afrocentrically. Because this Eurocentric mind, what we get, because this school that we go teach, we all go to our classes with clean hands and faces to pay great attention to what we are told. Now, a system where the make will not a reason. And if you're not a reason, you're not a reasonable. So they go to, we go to our classes to pay great attention to what we are told. That means to say you not get for ask questions. You not get any level of curiosity.
Think.
Exactly. So you know they think.
Listen.
You know they think. They not teach we for think. And we just train we in a school and for now we can be errand boys. Go take that in, bring and can you don't even know why they go take up. You don't push that one day. But when they grow up, the motocar they will begin a salon. When they want for mass break, then they pump up. You know why then they pump up? They're not the use hydraulic idea. Then they put soap water and they put the hydraulic
water.
Yes, soap water. The manufacturer will make a motocar. Don't give you specifications. Waiting you for use. You say you sabi pass am. You put people in lives, 20, 30 people inside your motocar. Then when you want mass break now,
remember somebody when I be transporter.
you they pump them. You they pump them. Then you wipe and not they work. Before you go fix the wiper, now soft that they put na the screen. Yes. So the water not go the run off because it's sleep. All these things are dangerous. But the fact is,
if we meet them motocar and they whine for start.
Let them first the Land Rover, yes.
They get that one and they put before.
Yes, then crank, yes. And then first the Land Rover and then Bedford them. I mean then Bedford the Land Rover. You see, these are the things, So we get for land for hard value per what we get. That I mean don't talk this now. Yeah? The Indians, the Chinese, where the colonial people then go, they give them their culture. They say they don't want. Then give them their tradition. They say they don't want. Then give them their language. They say they don't want. The only thing what they take na colonial occupier in hand, na technology.
Yeah.
That is, they use that technology for add value.
The technology was limited, though. Like China. Mm-hmm. China had been an advanced civilization thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Things then they went to China make them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they used it in the world. Like
gunpowder. Where they make
gunpowder.
Yeah, they make gunpowder.
China make them.
Yeah.
This water transportation system through pipes, it started in China. In the Middle East, the aqueducts and them get open canals, the way the water they flow. Mm-hmm. China started the one way in a safe water. A lot of things tell them don't do, then civilization collapse. So when Western civilization reached them, they adopted to revamp what was lost.
Yeah.
They adopted to revamp what was lost. Now I make them take 40 years for develop. We left everything we sabi,
throw it on
something we no understand.
Mm-hmm.
And today now they affect we so.
And we still don't understand how to use them in
mostly.
Because they are not us. They don't reflect we. That's not who we are.
Look
so
at
this whole problem, it is deeper than a lot of people they look at it.
Exactly.
It is deeper. This mentality where they go on with. Now one way it starts from this we decolonize where a lot of we not decolonize. We still they go with that same ideology.
Let's just make it simple. A lot of us, they join the bandwagon for do nonsense because we want to live an affluent life. Yes, now everybody right for live affluent life. You understand me? Mm-hmm. Within we society, within we cultures, we have everything that should make us affluent. But we they left them, now the cash where they come, now they look at. Mister, this lemongrass where they molest na Sierra Leone. Mm-hmm. People are making billions out of it in Asia. Kanya pepper where they molest na Sierra Leone. People are making billions out of it. As a matter of fact, and they even make capsules them from now.
Well,
that raffia palm, oh, they molest na Sierra Leone. Madagascar and Mozambique, they make a lot of export from them. Come close home to Ghana. The Ghanaians have succeeded in making their kente into an international textile. It's a multi-million business industry.
because they believe in it. We not believe in anything what we get.
Sure.
We not even
Now,
interested.
Kara, na Chinese, then they go make and kangiwi.
Let me give you an instance. What did happen in England now? Salomon, if anybody out of a community one can fena, they want cook for Chinese Chinese food. While if you they go to the Chinese man are waiting they eat it they give you.
Yeah.
Because he proud of waiting he get, and he want for many world know what he they eat.
Yeah.
All right. They are so proud of who they are to an extent. Chinese food in a multi-billion industry.
Why not?
They don't come popularize Anaya. Then bring them curry camp inside England. The curry houses, and they make multi-billion industry. Why we they go buy their own food? They don't even know what we have. And guess what? We get one of the nicest food them on this earth. Let me tell you something. Cassava bread is vegetarian. Which man they admire. This thing what they call acheke. Now cassava couscous.
Yeah.
Very healthy. This
That's
thing
where
they call olele. Now black-eyed beans tarine.
It's very proteinous.
Yes, and vegetarian as well. You see, we get so much what we can offer the world. If what we get, we don't bring it out, we don't show it off, then nobody knows about it.
You come with a very important point. Does our educational system make provision for improvement in with food engineering and food technology? Because that Chinese, what they can make in food now, Europe, they make money. He able to do them because that original way when they prepare the food, they have modified it for make sure say it be more healthy. For example, like we now, cassava leaf, potato leaf, na good food them. But we are using so much oil on it that it can be unhealthy. Have we ever sat down to look at how we can modify them? Let it not be too oily, but it still get the same taste. That's what food engineering is about. And that can only be done if we have it included as a cultural aspect of our educational system for improvement with food technology. We are not doing that.
Many years ago, when I came in the UK, one of the first courses they were doing, sitting and girls 1 and 2. Okay. I'm a trained, qualified chef. I work in a 5-star hotels.
Okay.
The hotel where we work. Then we get a Spanish dish what they call tapas. In a plate of tapas, nothing when they get at the bar. So you get snacks, not just snacks. But the Spanish way of calling that snacks, then you call them tapas. Because I don't decolonize my mind. I respect what I have. I put olelede. I put binchakarade. Guess what?
It became popular.
It became so popular that it became part of the menu. Even while they left the waiting, the man called me, begged me, make again the recipe.
Why not?
Binchakara is so healthy. Olele is so healthy. Cassava bread so healthy. But the thing is, if you talk to the average Sierra Leonean, or most Sierra Leonean in a way I don't see, when they make business, when they invite foreigner them, they're not they cook Sierra Leonean food because then they shame. Oh, wait, man, they eat pepper.
Well, I'm not even here for prepare.
The boss that be Australia, the chef de cuisine, that be an Australian. he tell me one thing. When I can add anything and he say, don't change it. I say, I will reduce the pepper. He say, don't change it. He say, any food where you make, if you alter around, you don't devalue it. Yeah. He say, bring a gum out, how if for day. Then, if somebody says some elecam, later on, now make when you go to the supermarket, you see original of something. Then you see another, other thing, they say a new flavor, another flavor, but they not ever get rid of the original. Yeah. Because that's the niche. So he said, don't interfere with it. Just make it so. If any can ask me now, do you have anything new that you can drop in? Because first and foremost, I believe in Sierra Leonean food. I love my Sierra Leonean food. And I take that risk. I put on it. It work. The man any can ask me now, is there any more African connection you can put there? Because it want new things then for dinner they waiting. So that's why you say there is a market where we not tap into. Why? Because we will get the market. We not get confidence in it to start with. Because with money come to you, and not for put pepper, and no then when you cook ogiri, people are not for say ogiri now one of the most healthy food the way they get in the world. Because if ogiri they smell now because it rotting. Ogiri is supposed to be a fermented process, not fermented.
Almost food then are Norway when a fermented food.
And if we were really serious about improving with technology, by now we for don't isolate the enzyme where it facilitates that fermentation. So ogiri, they're not for the take 3 weeks to make ogiri again. Ogiri, you can make them just like how they make yogurt. Yogurt, they don't isolate the enzyme.
You put yeast.
They don't isolate the enzyme. Then just they add the enzyme and the warm milk. Then you wait in them. By the time when they turn you, they come, you don't congelate. You don't form what you need for form. So these are the things, and we get people that will do chemistry.
But you know, I want to let you hold on there.
Yeah.
We get people that will do all them causes then there. But were those causes designed to make us innovative, or were they designed to make us workers?
Well,
innovation is different from being a worker.
Yeah.
You see, if we talk about ignorance now in society, we have to look at what level of ignorance are we talking about. I may be a geographer, but I'm ignorant of a lot of things in geography.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
But if I get the need for use a specific area in geography, it's up to me to go and seek knowledge.
See it.
But do we do that in Sierra Leone, especially in the areas of administration and management? If you ask me, I believe say we know they do that. Because if we they do that, we administrators and managers for not able come out with roadmaps and policies. We're going to be all inclusive for bring with culture, with traditional needs and anything then we see how they add value to them, so it will be wealth creation for we country.
You see,
Ghana, and they cancel just on this Ghana. Then they make bicycle with bamboo. Then bamboo bicycle. Now Germany, they sell for over $7,000. Bamboo, and they make wait laugh and a show.
Waiting I want to add on this. Now just the simple fact say we are not taught to think. And one other thing that we bad. We not take pride in things we do. We don't take pride in things we do. Teacher, they're not proud of being teacher. Tailor, they're not proud of being tailor. Cooks are not proud to be cooks. Even lawyers are not proud, because if you are proud of your profession,
yeah,
you go do everything within you understanding for make you maintain standards.
You see this?
As here.
Now bamboo frame, you see so. Here is going for about 54,000 kronas. That's close to $7,000 or $8,000.
Well, because the people them proud in what they have.
And you know how this project operates? For every bike where they make, where they bring can of Europe, a percentage they go na the area for assist the people them in education and health. The guy where they do this thing, one I've got so interested, one day I called him, we spoke. He's a German, but he they talk very good English. He say na a Ghanaian, we been in Germany, and then two Sidom them plan am because the guy come up from an area outside Bamboo Day. He say, what you go do with this law make profit? Are we doing that in Sierra Leone?
Innovation come with pride in who you are and what you do.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. This vaccine, where would they make noise so about? Where United Nations they make noise about? WHO they make noise about. You know how it come out? Now the slaves then can't go America.
You know, most of the black man don't do
Now
it.
the slaves then. Now the people in that way care vaccine go. They don't, you see the thing is, but good things and the way we African and do, we still do them. We still don't know the rationale of why would they do them. Like them, I mean, they grab the money, they sweep the ashes na the fireside, then all scatter and the kitchen garden.
Now,
potassium. Yeah. They don't know it's potassium, but
they talk about how they go scatter. Will be small. Would they shift the ashes to mix out with salt, to brush with it?
Brush with it.
That's the tooth powder. Now they don't begin make toothpaste so they say ash.
They don't begin to make charcoal toothpaste. Charcoal.
And they tell you what?
Even this bitter leaf. This bitter leaf, what we don't they eat for thousands of years? We don't eat bitter leaf. We all know for say bitter leaf gets a medicinal value, but we didn't do anything with it. We get for wait there with man can take and they make into tablet. Then they can make money back, now we ate. You know?
When they talk and go, we talk and come until a group of Sierra Leoneans then come together, identify some of them things here, and say, let us find a way wherein we can intervene and develop some of these things. If we left our number to the politicians, I want to make say 90% of the people going to politics don't know zilt.
Pajalo, also they know for say they don't know zilt. I didn't come from Freetown. In a pure upline bubble. I only spent a very short time in Freetown because of the transit for come overseas. Mm-hmm. But one of the things we notice now overcrowding. Then I ask myself, we have a waterway where can carry people and go almost everywhere in Freetown. Why don't we have boat taxis like they get na Italy? They get now many places in the world. But instead, we get a mayor. He said he bring cable where you don't get electricity for. Everywhere else where accident cable in a mountainous area we're not accessible by road. we don't
get a bargain, but the side where the cable car they go is over 7,000 feet high.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not a geographer. I don't understand about geography, but common sense go tell you, say, any side where you don't see that cable car, now then side and way so mountainous, they're not able to get access for go, now then places they didn't do cable car. But one can do cable car, who side no mountainous, we able to make road there. Then besides electricity, not there. So when the electricity go off, you go hang up there for 6 days like bats.
If we been planned Freetown well, that hillside there, then before terrace some in the way where you see the host them, you see the beauty in building houses on the hillside. That's what they did in Bargain. Then get streets them where they run like terrace on the hillsides in Bergen.
We dey talk about terrorists.
And way there on them streets and they, where they look down the city, so beautiful.
We dey talk about terrorists. Sierra Leone, the houses there, whether na Fuita or upline, you neighbor in Oston the other side, you own Oston the other side. You say you own Paladin, and then the other person in your toilet today. All man do what he want for do. You know, the place so disorderly.
All that
over
about
and over say
ignorance.
people are disorderly. We not like order.
And I want to tell you something. People rarely get for be honest to with conscience. The intellectual class gets a lot for do for make Sierra Leone better. They have failed since 1961. And it's becoming worse as we go along. So there is a lot of rethink what the intellectual class for do.
Almost
Never put aside partisan politics. Let we look at Sierra Leone. Let us have a view or a perception about Sierra Leone. We're going to create a new national vision for our country. If we don't do that, we are wasting time.
Jalo, how many times me and you two don't talk on this platform here say, not to pa Brahman and Rukata, na the problem. Not to pa Vandi na Messima, na Nikabo, na Jereun. Not to him. Neither not to pa Sedu, na Mambolo, na Rokoya, na Bomsamba, na Rukata.
Now we will go school. Now we will
go school. Now we not a problem. Now we don't always be the problem. To start with, Saloma when they go school, now they go to library. A cut book he page. You can't go to house.
God.
You know what I tell you?
That page they go put on the all thing fashion.
It a cut time. It can't go to house. Because he want go get the best mark. Because one of the things where they waiting, I want get the best mark. But the 100%, what they give you, it's not limited to you. We not all can get 100% in the class.
Why not?
Like, the way they behave like for say, now only one person no more they get now 100 dip on his scores. If you see Pajalo don't get that first 100, nobody else want to get 100. So they chief the paper, make sure say now the only person who get that 100. You see, these are the mentalities. And that mentality they don't make a lot of people there not banning certain skills. What they call banning pantimni. That means to say a lot of people are not redeem a lot of skills. Like for instance, somebody they get medicine for tuberculosis. They show nobody tell you that go time.
Well, I go say we not get an apprenticeship system. You know why we don't have an apprenticeship system?
It be day.
It not been there.
No, it be day.
It not been there.
I go tell you for fact, it be day.
We get a bondage system. There is a difference between an apprenticeship system and a bonding system.
You see this colonization. It caused a lot of problems. It brings a lot of. I come. Let me put me premise. You see, colonization it brings a lot of selfishness. Let me tell you, in those days, people that went to Merisiman, they all get people away than the men, where they show the skills, where they take over from them. Even then dig by them, then get them bunker. Waiting at bunker. The young graduates them, where they learn, where they teach. And by them bunker, then some of them they teach them medicine, some of them they teach them just the basic digba skills, Then we get them. I don't know what's gonna happen now with system.
Yes.
Today.
Hello?
Yeah, Pajalo, good evening, sir.
You see, it make us say we not been get an apprenticeship system. Then people and they always been they talk about soldiers now. They are either children of the people Or if now an outsider, he get for can work free labor for the person for make it learn that trade there. That's not what apprenticeship is about. Apprenticeship is, they limit the training to people the way you know. You want as many people forget the skill. You understand? You create a system of teaching them, and maybe in the process, you get paid for doing that. The state can undertake, say, okay, every carpenter will go to give this amount of equipment, let train this number of people per annum. Then whatever you produce, when you sell them, you for put a percentage back for maintain your equipment, because not all tell go they give equipment.
This is where the intellectual classes they fail. The people
Well,
organize.
apprenticeship. What do we been get? Now bonding system. And that bonding system, now they call men pikin. And what in been the product of them bonding system, it creates a lot of trauma for we society. People they go take people picking and then can't treat them like slave.
Then still they do.
And then people they treat like slave, when they grow into adults and they become so traumatized that some of these people you find them in public offices misbehaving. But it's not their fault because they're highly traumatized. You understand?
Yeah.
We can look at all them factors here.
Is someone on the phone?
Yeah, somebody's on the phone. Yes, Sankara, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, sirs.
Mr. Sankara, how are you?
The topic today, the program is very interesting. They reach to this apprenticeship. Really, we get problem. But the problem, I don't know if we sabi am. And unless we sabi the problem, how we will solve them? Saloma don't sabi the problem.
Well, that's a question for all of us to answer.
Yeah. Salona, small country, everybody for able work.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will not forget work deficit.
No.
The first time when I start this program this evening, now beginner on these job issues. For example, a minister, the political head, permanent secretary, administrative head. Then you get the professional head. Not to one like a winner who get the town council. One green town council in one village, you get all the professional heads. Who come from this? One of the most important areas. We be seeing people create, let's say like Sierra Leone, a very small country. When I say we get about 16 districts, if I'm not mistaken.
How much chiefdom they will get?
We get 192 now.
Okay.
192 chiefdoms. Out of this, like let's say the Ministry of Health alone, would they get one grand minister? We no need for even get a deputy minister safe. Where the work they go successfully. How many departments them will forget inside the Ministry of Health? Where inside one great hospital where would they able develop now every chiefdom, any of them 192 chiefdoms there.
All forget health center.
Health centers.
Yes.
This health center, one health center, let's see you get the neurologist. You get the dermatologist, that's not the skin doctor. The cardiologist. You get the pedestrian, that's the Pekinayun doctor. The psychiatrist. Then you get the family physicians, them, where any sometimes like who gets we will call a medico di base by Italian. That's the family doctor. We like here, so now we own villages, so we have 5,012 inhabitants there. Now about 4 or 5 of those medical doctors they will get. Where everybody where you sick, some sick and before ever they go to hospital. Now through that your family doctor they go. Now they go do your prescription. Where you they go now the main hospital. for go do you visit.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that one day you know they pay them. Now free, now government they provide them.
Okay.
We get that kind of opportunity there inside Sierra Leone.
We been get them. Now I go tell you for free, so we been get them. Because
Yes,
my namesake way I grew up with, and my people them mostly now in the medical profession them in there. And because of that, in those days, when they transfer them, I've been
Yes,
there
sir.
with my namesake, my grandpa. La Songo. He was the dispenser in charge at Songo. The health clinic will been there.
Yes, sir.
We been get telephone now. Because that time telephone been there through the railway line. Most of the health clinics, they may get telephone.
Yes, sir. Okay.
They may get the level where they treat cases. If
Yes,
not
sir.
level where not able, they call for ambulance. Within 1 hour, ambulance they come from Connaught Hospital and carry the person go.
See?
We've been getting system there. It was not the best of system, but we had it. You are muted, my friend.
I can add upon what you say so. In those days, we get general practitioners, but we'll not be get enough.
Yes.
We get very limited. So then train a lot of druggists them.
Una they cross talk, una no dey hear you self I know.
You get we get the government be trained a lot of druggists them. The druggists them now like paramedics. When are they dispenser them?
Yes.
Them get the limitations and that they examine you. If nothing what they can treat, then go treat you. If they're not able to treat you, then go refer you to a GP, that is a general practitioner. A general practitioner go look at you, and if he feel to say you there above him, then he go send you to a specialist. Then he will send you to the main hospital, the big hospital. That same day, then we get Connaught Hospital in Freetown, then get Bo Government Hospital, then get McKinney Hospital. Yes. Every district we get a main hospital where they be waiting, or provincial area we get. And then 10 and they even win a school where you go school, you know, feel good. Then they give you the hospital book.
And get the book.
Yes. You then go with an hospital. The £1 away sick bad, in they go home. Doctor they tell her then go home. Then the person where now then take away sick man. Then again the book now they can go back in school. Because info go back in school. So we get that system there. Now that's make I can always talk for say Sierra Leone has always been a situation where yesterday better past today. Some of them things they are, they not be perfect, but we be get semblance of them. But now we not even get the semblance of them.
You know, I can always tell you, see, the intellectual class get a lot for account for what in the happen in Sierra Leone. Because some of we will grow up, we see all them thing and they, we know say na bien we go, not come before.
Not come before.
They were not perfect systems. They were never perfect, but they were functioning. As I tell you, then they were they talk about. Most of the medicine, in fact, with them, they give people them now powder.
Yeah.
MMB, they come as powder. The power, they been take them out for measure them, out for mix them. If you get that matter with pencil,
yeah.
Now in office, now in house, because we get dispensary in a house. In case somebody sick in a net, then they count on a house. You get the medicine, they mix them, you put on a bottle, it tell you say, where you want to use and shake them, drink 3 teaspoons or 1 teaspoon 3 times for day, etc., etc. It was not a perfect system, but it is something we should have built on. We not build on them thing and day. The money for do them thing and they law build on them. We take out, begin thief the billows, buy motor car, and do all kind of things. Here we are today.
You see, what you grandpapa be?
This one.
Now in Prince Williams be na boat town, Jeremy Road. Now be the druggies na Jeremy. I mean the treat with Prince Williams. If we get a big clinic na Jeremy Road, then you get Dr. DM Ila, be there by Clock Tower. Then you get the Bow Government Hospital where they by the reservation.
Exactly.
No, that is after Bow School compound. You see, then McKinney back began their own. This Yvonne Akisoya, a family, now they pull couple. A grandpa, a great grandpa, na be drugist. Now, for that drugist business in Depa, say where he make a Morgan pharmacy.
Not to,
And he beget branches na McKinney.
yeah.
He gets branches na McKinney. He beget na Freetown. He beget all over the country. In fact, na Pa Morgan, one of the brother them, because na be a family business. Now he circumcised me while be small. You know, they were all over the place. All over the place, Morgan Enterprise. Then we get pharmacy all across the country.
You see,
Who side the Morgan pharmacies I don't go today? Who side them?
they were the bad die, all thing die.
Well, the them people and they
Problems.
be the import medicine and get the capital and the money be good. We be able to get dollar because we money not be done for done the way if for done. A lot of their institutions they then close.
With money for them one.
Then close. Not so they no more close. Most of the international companies, because remember we get Kingsway Chemist. These were all international company. Bata, they all be there in international.
You see, Imran.
Uh-huh.
Not all we money for them one make we go beyond. Sierra Leone not the only case on earth where money been lost value. What it make with DBN and what it make we will continue for DBN. Now the over politicization of a political economy.
Yeah,
politicians have to get their hands off a lot of things.
Everything in politics now, Salo. Everything in politics.
Guinea. Adekam Sankara. Let's just make this point, Sankara. Guinea under Ahmed Sékou Touré was a highly centralized economy. The state had its hand in everything. When Ahmed Sékou Touré died in 1985, 86, no, 87, yeah. Lansana Conte took over. He came into a broad policy of privatization. You understand? He allowed citizens them for invest in the economy. But at the same time, there was state control. Certain things then if you want to do them, you forget the state for allow you for do them, and then they monitor you.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they started. Today, Guinea don't pass away. The franc Guinea, before Lansana Conte, now be useless paper. You they take one bag franc Guinea for buy your bus.
You did tell me.
I want let we get certain things correct. Because that's the trick of the failing intellectuals in Sierra Leone. They would always want to complain. Under Shaka Stevie, money lost value. Yes, Shaka Stevie don't die, go 40 and more years. Have we turned it around? China became the second largest or even maybe the largest global economy today in 40 years. From uniform wearing people to the largest economy on earth. Why can't we do this? Is God unfair to us in Sierra Leone? Now we left for the gear excuses. Now we say them as it is. Too much of political interference. One, it minimize the ability for citizens to participate in the economy. Two, even international investment way for profit the country, not they can do. Political interference don't make. We take 12.8 billion metric tons of iron ore, we give away free. Guinea, from the days of Lansana Conte, then they negotiate for Simandou. Now this year they get an agreement with Rio Tinto.
To give for us. Who you know for us to give?
Now Salon, one adopt man from Tel Aviv come with one shipwreck. He call himself Nirguaz Skipper. We begin the gear with diamond for us.
Diamond free, yeah.
We have to change a lot of things about the way they understand life.
Oh, Majalo, that man Magafuli, the same resources where he take power now he meet. Now that same resources he manage, a country improve.
Yes.
He cut all the waste.
Imran.
And the same thing this Boboya where all man they talk about tourists.
Imran.
The same mineral whatever they get, uranium, and still a pull day. But he negotiate in a way where he had benefits for a country now. You see how we the rise?
Yes.
We the same thing now we get, but not the benefits we.
Do you know why Ibrahim Traore is succeeding? And do you know why Sierra Leone is not succeeding?
Mm-hmm.
The Burkinabe then gets an impression and a perception of what Burkina Faso is. The Sierra Leonean does not have an impression or perception of what Sierra Leone is.
Of what Sierra Leone is, yes.
I can tell you, say, we are patriotic, but we are not nationalistic.
Nationalistic.
Everybody in Sierra Leone is patriotic.
So he tried.
It's their right to be patriotic. Whether not to in tribe, or to in political party,
or in
or
school,
to club, or to in school, right. But do we have an image in our mind about that place called Sierra Leone?
No, we don't.
When the man, na Levuma, they tell you, say, where you want to go free to Esenia Masaloni. So Sierra Leone is only free town. That was what.
When we grow up, I'm glad the way you bring this party account. If you want to buy bread, you do upline. You want to eat fine bread, pass them pull out from Freetown.
Yes.
If they want to pull you cheats, pass you go Freetown.
Yes.
If you get for do X-ray, pass you go Freetown. To an extent, even newspaper. Mm-hmm. If you want to read newspaper, they get for pull out for you from Freetown. Then what thing can happen when they get scholarship? But then when they upline, when smart passing, but when they Freetown, we get better results by the way in Freetown, and now they get access because everything is done in Freetown. So the scholarship, by the time one they know say scholarship don't come, they don't shape unto themselves in Freetown. Upline no they get. Because there was a time, you remember, Sierra Leone, if you get certain result, regardless who that you be, if they say you get A, something like you get international scholarship, and you go get them, it's a merit.
Well, you don't come back to what you are saying that the intellectuals responsible. Then they play them trick then they
and then can reach once I'm not get the O level and they get the scholarship, then can pull say Russia not they worry. When you bring a kind of Russia, then say bring a local Russia, let go back. But you see, somebody then colonial part, then force them part where they get system. He uncle na Minister of Education. So he take your O level, he gets one per agriculture. And they go to your uncle, see the uncle for scholarship. And I say, what the result? And they get the result. And they look the result. Now they say, what you want for study? He say, want for do medicine. He say, well, you qualify. If you go be a balance, he say, just clear before me. He say, you go be a balance. When you meet the one away routine, you know, and then they even help us for the result. You know, we really don't go down to the gutter.
With TSS, with all these problems now, where would they highlight so? They're numerous, they're plenty. Just like that one way would they talk about say yes, then be devalued the Leon. Now be 1985, the Leon go to 5 Leons to $1, which they keep be the value that was 1985.
Yeah.
From that same day to now, almost the Leon don't be to the dollar. We all say what they say na Sheki the value like I talk I don't die over 40 years ago, if we're no mistake. Now we still there for that old story there. If that money Sheki be done the value, because me I bury me big one they tell me say in the 70s we money been value past the dollar 25%.
In the 60s and 70s.
Yes, now so me elders they tell me. They say the Leon be valued past dollar by 25%. That means if you get like 75 cents to $1 at that time,
Yeah,
that
something
shows
like
only be
that.
value. Yeah, 75 cents to $1. That's the Leone cent, 75 to $1. If we be done then at that stage, okay, now we don't drop. Say, what you for do now? For let we able for claim this leather again.
You want me honest answer?
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, we for put hypocrisy aside. Because hypocrisy now they make we not accept say we they do things wrongly. Secondly, we the educated people we will change with temperament towards governance. Governance is not about your ego. Keep your ego. Do what is right. Like where we sister talk now just now, it talk about where the statements of where we make.
Very good statements. Very good, Emmy.
Where we talk about let me find it.
The difference between oversight and waiting and call.
When we have a society that runs, as has been said here, where there is efficient oversight, then you get clearly outlined operational roles. And people stop putting themselves into the day-to-day affairs of the country, things will change. Not a rocket science. Then country I will sit down so where they see things they work, now then two things here they operate. Oversight begins with parliament. Then you get certain state institutions when are then duty for do oversight. Like the example where I belong in that ombuds office of the ombudsman, where the constitution says self-prescribed for. Now an oversight office. Then this human resource department, now oversight office. Private sector, then forget an oversight office where they make sure say when a company can Sierra Leone sign contract, it will behave according to the contract. Then even before the company begin operate, they have to have meetings, then look at the wages structure and all them things, then give them relevant advice. But in Sierra Leone, it's the very politicians who go and tell these companies, hey, pay them this, don't pay them this, because this is what we pay.
Then we did that during Pakaba in time.
No, it has always been that case. I am telling you.
Yeah. When Inoms will come, I remember.
This has always been a tradition in Sierra Leone. Now, when the thing they go out of hand, possibly not sabi nothing but labor issue, Fatima Bio, rap they go lead strike. Not in business. Not that make we get Ministry of Labor. Not that make we get trade union movement, Labor Congress. Now then for handle them thing and they. Political interference, everything so.
Ajalo, you get a video of we former governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone. We talk for saying they bribe 60 million for letting get the dollar back. You can imagine that one they bribe person. You know, this man is academic. In fact, not a business banker. He knows I've been nothing but business banking. You're not an academic. You come on at school. You can't sit down. They do something where you limited in. But first and foremost, now, would I get the role?
I want to correct one thing. Kalon may have been an academic, but he could have performed best as a governor of the bank if he was not egoistic, if he didn't feel he was above the law. You can take an ordinary high school man, you make a bank governor. Once you get defined operational roles, then you get oversight. The man they doing job accordingly. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Let me for they associate education with the nonsense where they go on in Sierra Leone.
But if they allow them back for they do the job,
the Bank of Sierra Leone should be a semi-autonomous body. Central banks are semi-autonomous bodies.
Yes, when I don't
But when we don't take politics put all side, this is what we get.
What he condemn now, the decision where he make, say he bribe people if let them bring the dollar, he go spend that kind huge amount of money.
Imran. You know, I know belabor that point. You know, Tindo, if a whole bank governor go talk that's na parliament, the parliamentarians now recommend later then terminate them. It tell you the level of ignorance now in society.
Exactly.
I don't deal with persons, I deal with institutions. Nothing works in Sierra Leone because Sierra Leone is being run by a group of ignoranta. They will tell you I have this degree, but they don't know anything about public management.
Exactly. Absolutely not.
When Kalon talk that word in a parliament that day, there and then,
they fire him
for his resignation. They tell you how rotten we system be.
If you not be resigning for push him, if you go.
We go talk until thy kingdom come. But the same nonsense go on because the people we put before we country, they don't know what thing for do. Would they vote them in or appoint them out of some sentiment? So let us run Sierra Leone by sentiment. One day, Brisbane for Brito no go get again. One day the air get for done at that country.
Well, this are the problem where, like how you be say yes, that lady, the first lady, Mr. Bio in West, he not suppose
not to in duty, he don't know anything about trade business.
Yes, he don't know anything. But now he starts for do this thing. The CSOs, the labor officials, them. We now the labor officials, them, the different type of labor organizations, them. Now they go into that China, they do everything.
Sankara.
But in Sierra Leone, are they existing any longer?
Sankara.
Yes, sir.
That word when they talk about tripartite, you know, so I come out. It come up from the international labor standards. We say in every country, labor and industrial standards and relations should be regulated on a tripartite basis for make you get fairness. The trade unions are one side of the tripartite.
Exactly.
The employer are the other side of the tripartite. Then you get the arbitrator. The arbitrator for be the government or some institution set by the government for oversee and ensure say people then they abide by the rules. Everybody they take responsibility. Trade union business, not to I don't know which word for use. Not that you have for go shout and protest like where they go all say angry or interest. Not you get steps them, you get procedures for follow.
Of course.
You the worker, Yeah. If even you get a grievance, you get procedures for follow for handle the grievance. You get steps them. When una do exhaust then step then day, una they give 21 days notice to the employer say we are going on strike. Then una inform the arbitrator say we are going on strike. Within that period, if the employer not do anything for settle the situation, una get right for go on strike. But if una not follow procedures, una go on strike, the employer get right not for pay una and sack una. That's an international labor standard. That here, Mr. Ben, what they talk and they defend what in.
Yeah, so
it's the biggest disappointment in Sierra Leone.
How you call himself Oswald, the defender?
You know for the under safe. You know for the under.
There are procedures.
What go do? Now one thing what that guy do. You as the corruption leader, the man who defend corruption. Now you there for fight for tackle corruption in the country. You go create corruption in the law system of the country. When I get for defend that law, now for defend every aspect of the country. you go put corruption inside it. That kind of person, if for the end again, if now outside the system they work.
Well, until now, don't take politics, put power in.
Everything as Sierra Leone.
The politics care for slap on our face, slap they come out. Rules then they for follow. And you know the other thing where they don't do so?
Uh-huh.
There is an United Nations Convention where now the permanency of sovereignty over natural resources. We give a country the right for negotiate and renegotiate at any time. But if for any reason you force a company where you don't negotiate with, for make them terminate their contract, then get right for claiming any amount with them for one claim you.
Yep, of course. I breach.
These people don't know these things. They just go and things how they can talk them big talk and so the world day.
This is the problem. Then they read them laws there well.
They're not they read them, they're not sabi but them.
All them contracts here.
Sankara.
Yes,
I go bet me life. 90% of the people who are presently governing Sierra Leone don't know most of these laws. Because then laws here, nothing they would be done passed in the 1960s. Sierra Leone be done ratify in parliament. And as far as me know Sierra Leone, we administrators, they're not a research. Even this younger issue, from the days of UNESCO by Fordonson,
okay.
they didn't do their homework. They didn't.
Yeah, I see that paper where this lady pull, where Sylvia Olainka. I see that.
Whose paper? What's in the papers here?
No, where he puts on a Facebook page the analysis, where the dates them where this thing be done they take place from then 1990 something to this time, even from Pakaba own time. Why this thing up for us solve?
Mister,
yes, sir.
Mister.
Say we know the research,
Mister.
Sir.
I have given the solution to Yenga, and I don't recommend the procedures for follow. Not for Tokuda in Temi start. Now the legal and other issues surrounding Yenga. Now we need for talk about.
Well, now that for be now they for find the solution.
In 1906, the British and the French be agree on several boundary delimitations, we then call entente cordiale. If you look at the screen, read this blog. I have written everything there, including the references where people for read, for get more knowledge.
I don't read them.
This is the solution.
Yeah, I don't read them.
Not all the crap where other people and they go and talk as if they know. They don't know. People should keep quiet and allow things to be done properly in Sierra Leone. Talk is cheap.
Yeah, but how are they to be done, sir? How we would do them? We will not able to sit down with the people that we understand.
We get a Ministry of Justice. Listen. We get a Ministry of Justice. When I instruct them, let them take the case up with the ECOWAS, then take her up with the African Union, then take her up with the International Court of Justice. When Cameroon and Nigeria we get an issue over Bakassi Peninsula, now the same procedure then follow.
Okay.
Ignorance is the problem of Sierra Leone.
Well, what would they wait? Who will not apply this?
Because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They assume they know. And when some of who they talk, they're not they listen.
The problem of Sierra Leone, now you for try solve one, not to the qualification where that person say he gets a thing. Now the problem. Now the knowledge, the understanding, the technical know-how, the experience where the person gets, now it matters. Just like when you talk this to say, a Form 5 boy or Form 6 boy can be a bank governor, he able to do, if you follow all the rules and regulations, you're going to do very well than somebody with a PhD. Because PhD, what I say, or a master's, now just a small, like say, a small grain of the rice they take for go and analyze, for then you get that qualification. But European, now experience with the watch.
And the other thing we need forget clear na Sierra Leone.
Yes, sir.
Education is not a process. Education is a condition where they start before you born, and if they go on with you till you die, we not even know if they continue after we don't die. Because the environment and everything, they change every day. So every day you need for learn something new.
Exactly.
Education is not a process where they come out class 1 to university. That's not education. No. That's not learning. That's learning. Yes, you go don't learn something, but after you don't learn them, you need for go further and educate yourself. Some of them things they talk about, I never read them at school. As a matter of fact, people think I'm an historian. I'm a geographer and environmental scientist. But because I get a reason for know about my country, now I don't go into historical research, things that they about Sierra Leone want to know, where they're not in our history books. This is what education is about. Stop assuming I know it. Find out.
That is it, yeah. The world don't become so easy for we. This technology we don't can, this internet. In those days, first we go read books. Like I wanna it be talk at this not say.
Are you the talk about using the internet for something productive and lucrative to the society? What you they use them for now for let we they use them bad words, cause we self, we see certain day naked all day. They show themselves, they say that they I would say they call themselves then they trend.
Exactly.
From they come out and they make content. Content for sure you waste na public.
Content. And some of them have even frog.
Honestly.
You see,
now. Nothing positive, not the way they use it for. They make them for where we use them for where we develop we say. Other people that use them for develop themselves. Other people that they use them for improve their opportunities. You know? Then they use them for can cost themselves, for can cost other people and family, for can disgrace the country, and also for make them can show all them jati in the public. Then they say na content. You get a container, you get for bringing a Ghana Jama.
The world.
Uh-huh.
What they admire. Emo Kenyatta, Osaji Folk, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Mwalimu, Julius Nyerere. Now this internet they give me all the entire way they know about them. Much about this Mahoma society. I be nobody Mahoma society very scant to be the secondary school in the early 80s. But now they see them here how them people are come. The whole land issue more na be the problem like Kenya. Now they get all them here.
Now been land issue. Now
they get them here because
anyway,
internet we don't come.
We're not going able to do all this talk today. But one thing we know, we're not tire for talk about salon.
We see make the content on Facebook.
As much as we able to do for make we country change. Because Sierra Leone needs that. Sierra Leone needs that. If not, that country will lost some more. Any side with knowledge, nothing, not the better day. And knowledge not to pass you go university for go get
it. Knowledge day everywhere. Other one time go take another one time. I like you put on before I know interested. And I know Sierra Leonean. We know
interested. Force people for get knowledge. Imran, this country where you did and they force you for get knowledge.
Every society where you did, everything where you need for better, it is around the day.
Imran, in the United Kingdom, if you not get knowledge, certain things and they not able to use them. True or false?
Of course.
You know what makes Salona they make progress? That's why at times we can kind of break and down for people I say I not get chance. Now we left for oversimplify life. Life is not simple. Life is complex.
Simple. No. Very complex indeed. That's true.
If we continue for oversimplify life, we encourage laziness. And mental laziness, na part of the reason we make a country they be so. Some people learn simple rules for read them, understand them, and use them. Na big task for them. Me and not sabi oh. Well, if you not sabi, die go clear out na this one. You are here to use the image and likeness of God, and that means you have to think.
Sierra Leone, they put that they get portfolio, they put medicine, they go to the village, they go circumcise people, begin and say a doctor. All man know, then they allow her.
The brain for suffer.
You brain
now we come, now we they go, now they try, they knock off what's today.
Yes,
you brain not a suffer. You brain, you get for exercise like I dey exercise your muscle. If you not exercise your brain, it deteriorate. It deteriorate. Then see always they eat dementia and then say nothing they cause them a lack of mental exercise.
Exercise, of course, yeah.
When you exercise you mind every day, you they live to that 80, 90, you still correct.
Almost graduates that they read even in newspaper.
Now when always see they ask them.
Allow that call for today.
We see them, you ask them, they are big.
Now we come, now we they go. We want to tell you thank you. Once again.
You don't learn book done. God. And that basic experience self now, that thing, look, say me, I respect back them about them, them fit about them, them kind.
But that's education, education.
Yeah, really.
Now we know they make the thing look like education because of the way they understand life. Anyway, Sankara, we go talk on Monday. Thanks for calling. Now they left this old parlor go sleep now. The man big pastor but all 10 9 they grumble but go sleep.
No, the program is too long sometimes, for men not past 2 hours. We already make a lot of sacrifice. 2 hours, a long time. It has been too long.
Sheku to him in the talk all net. Now I make Guinea stable. I went Sheku to him. Prepula revolution.
Rant with the rants.
Prepula revolution.
Yeah!
It's my bar.
Yay!
Okay, gentlemen. We'll go talk on Monday.
Thank you so much.
Even and teacher work not so easy work. Now teaching we they do now. Although
I don't tire.
Good night. Okay, we'll go talk Monday.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, good night.
Yes,
sir.
So bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay, fumble them. Una thank you for listening to we. This is a job we have to do. And we're not do it with malice. We'll not get malice against anybody. But what is not right, we have to say it. And we foresee them in a way we go help with country for move forward. Because we get so much potential that we not need for the run come on our country, consider another country. There is so much potential in Sierra Leone that we not forget poverty day. But for the way we think, the way we understand life, we attitude towards each other, all that night they hold we back. But by the grace of God, some of we not go tire. Not go tire for tell the people then the truth. And I know say with time people will understand, then change will gradually begin to happen. And I thank you for listening to we. If there are any newcomers, subscribe to we group, we channel. Those who have listened to us, please like the video. Una help me for share them. Una go looking at the channel of itself. I don't do 2 programs on Yenga. Last year, April, I do 1 program on Yenga when the problem is started newly. This Monday again, I do another program. When I go listen to the solutions to Yenga, a deeper talks than they would. And I thank you for listening to me. And I get a very good weekend, and we go meet back on Monday. Thank you.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos. It's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.